1. Which principle of adult learning emphasizes the importance of connecting welding concepts to real-world applications? A. Pedagogical principle. B. Andragogical principle. C. Rote memorization. D. Behaviorist approach. 2. When evaluating a welding trainee's performance, which method best ensures objectivity? A. Relying on trainer's perception. B. Using standardized performance rubrics. C. Allowing peer evaluation only. D. Accepting self-reports. 3. In curriculum development for AWS certification training, what is the most effective first step? A. Writing final exam questions. B. Identifying learner needs and objectives. C. Selecting instructional media. D. Scheduling the training dates. 4. A welding instructor wants to ensure compliance with OSHA safety regulations. What should be the priority? A. Delivering all content quickly. B. Aligning instruction with regulatory requirements. C. Relying on learners' prior knowledge. D. Minimizing testing to save time. 5. Which mentoring approach is most effective for an apprentice welder struggling with certification preparation? A. Assigning extra independent reading. B. Providing guided practice and feedback. C. Reducing expectations for performance. D. Limiting the number of practical tasks. 6. What assessment tool is best for measuring problem-solving ability in weld defect analysis? A. Multiple choice test. B. Oral recall questions. C. Case study scenarios. D. Matching definitions. 7. Which communication technique is most appropriate for explaining welding code requirements to adult learners? A. Using complex technical jargon. B. Simplifying concepts with examples. C. Avoiding questions to save time. D. Reading directly from the codebook. 8. In developing a training module on welding safety, what instructional design strategy is most effective? A. Ignoring prerequisite skills. B. Sequencing content from basic to advanced. C. Using only lecture format. D. Omitting practice opportunities. 9. How can an instructor verify that learners are applying AWS standards correctly in practice? A. Reviewing written notes. B. Observing and checking weld samples against criteria. C. Asking learners to sign an honesty form. D. Administering only a written exam. 10. Which feedback style best supports motivation for adult welding trainees? A. Delayed and general feedback. B. Immediate and constructive feedback. C. Negative criticism without guidance. D. Minimal feedback to encourage independence. 11. Which of the following best describes formative evaluation in AWS training? A. A final exam at the end of the course. B. Ongoing checks to guide learning progress. C. Certification board review. D. Employer audit after training. 12. A welding trainer needs to incorporate compliance into assessments. Which is most effective? A. Embedding OSHA and AWS standards into test items. B. Allowing open-ended self-reflection only. C. Using unrelated problem sets. D. Skipping compliance topics to save time. 13. When creating curriculum for AWS certification preparation, which component ensures alignment with outcomes? A. Learning objectives clearly tied to AWS standards. B. Trainers' personal preferences. C. Student popularity polls. D. Randomized content selection. 14. Which instructional technique is most effective in addressing diverse learning styles? A. Delivering identical lecture to all learners. B. Incorporating demonstrations, discussions, and practice. C. Requiring only textbook reading. D. Using silent individual assignments. 15. When mentoring a trainee in welding inspection, what is the best practice? A. Providing corrective feedback during hands-on practice. B. Waiting until final evaluation to correct errors. C. Avoiding feedback to encourage autonomy. D. Reducing practice to limit mistakes. 16. Which adult learning principle emphasizes learner responsibility in AWS training? A. Dependence on instructor. B. Self-direction in learning. C. Memorization only. D. Ignoring learner experience. 17. In evaluating curriculum effectiveness for AWS certification prep, which evidence is strongest? A. Learner satisfaction surveys only. B. Certification pass rates and performance outcomes. C. Instructor workload reports. D. Classroom attendance records. 18. Which of the following promotes regulatory compliance and welding training programs? A. Excluding updates to codes. B. Integrating current AWS and OSHA standards. C. Prioritizing outdated practices. D. Ignoring audit recommendations. 19. How should a trainer handle a trainee who repeatedly violates safety protocols? A. Ignore the issue to maintain rapport. B. Provide corrective instruction and enforce standards. C. Allow peer discipline. D. Remove safety modules from curriculum. 20. Which communication method is most effective for clarifying difficult welding terms? A. Defining terms using analogies and visuals. B. Repeating the word louder. C. Providing no explanation. D. Substituting incorrect, simpler words. 21. When developing an AWS assessment, which principle ensures validity? A. Test items align with training objectives and standards. B. Questions unrelated to competencies. C. Relying solely on open-ended reflections. D. Excluding performance-based assessments. 22. In adult learning, which strategy enhances retention of welding safety practices? A. Immediate application through simulations. B. Memorizing codebooks without practice. C. Ignoring feedback. D. Solely passive listening. 23. A welding mentor is supporting a novice preparing for AWS exams. Which action is best? A. Providing real-life scenarios and guided practice. B. Assigning only theory-based homework. C. Limiting exposure to advanced tasks. D. Avoiding evaluation until the final exam. 24. Which type of evaluation is conducted after training to assess long-term effectiveness? A. Formative evaluation. B. Summative evaluation. C. Diagnostic evaluation. D. Placement testing. 25. What is the role of regulatory compliance in AWS-related curriculum development? A. Ensuring training meets industry safety and performance standards. B. Reducing the need for learner practice. C. Allowing instructors to skip difficult topics. D. Limiting student access to updated codes. 26. When an instructor uses questioning to guide learners in problem solving, this is an example of A. Active learning strategy. B. Passive reception. C. Memorization drill. D. Authority-based instruction. 27. How should learning objectives be written for AWS exam preparation? A. Specific, measurable, and aligned with AWS standards. B. Broad and undefined. C. Focused on trainer's goals only. D. Excluding measurable criteria. 28. Which of the following is a best practice in mentoring welders preparing for inspection tasks? A. Shadowing experienced professionals with guided reflection. B. Solely reading inspection manuals. C. Avoiding feedback during tasks. D. Ignoring errors until certification exams. 29. What is the main purpose of diagnostic evaluation in welding education? A. To identify learners' prior knowledge and skills. B. To grade learners after instruction. C. To replace formative assessments. D. To enforce compliance standards. 30. A curriculum designed for AWS training should include which element to support adult learners? A. Opportunities for hands-on practice with real equipment. B. Memorization-only activities. C. Lack of flexibility. D. Passive reading without interaction. 31. Which communication method is most effective for promoting collaboration in welding classes? A. Open discussion and active listening. B. Limiting learner interaction. C. Solely instructor monologue. D. Silent observation. 32. What is the purpose of using performance rubrics in AWS training evaluation? A. To provide objective and transparent assessment criteria. B. To complicate grading. C. To replace instruction. D. To reduce learner accountability. 33. A welding instructor asks learners to reflect on mistakes during practice. This strategy supports A. Metacognition and deeper learning. B. Passive memorization. C. Avoidance of responsibility. D. Ignoring error correction.